Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the Weekly Comic Roundup. Like I said, as I've said throughout this weekend, got a big haul, so yeah. So let's kick things off right now with Ultimate Universe, 1 year in. Featuring the debut of, at the very least, the new Ultimate Universe version of Nick Fury. So, the issue opens with a man in Florida being killed in his backyard. All because he said openly, maybe these Ultimates have a point. He was killed by the Cumulo carrier, part of flagship of the Hand Hela fleet. But it's able to well kill with a lightning bolt, a precision lightning bolt. But so starts the final confession of Nicholas J. Fury, the director of Hand. And I'm trying to see if there's but he's been a loyal he's been loyal to the Maker all this time, and he's meeting with the remains of the Maker's Council, which gives us our first definitive link to Ultimate X-Men with this new Ultimate Universe, as Viper is a member of the Council. But as Fury talks about about Hand's progress against the Ultimates, or rather lack thereof, reminisces fighting in the war, and little things are mentioned, such as the Ultimates once again appearing, and Human Torch taking out a damage control facility, the shipment of weapons being destroyed with arrows. But they've been Hand's been basically working on shifting, keeping the narrative to a certain degree. And constantly Fury's checking his watch, but apparently we learned that he killed Mantis. He killed Dugan. He assassinated the young Black Bolt. He killed the Power Pack. Basically made it so that he permanently crippled promising young scientists with potentially destabilizing ideas. And so he pulls out his sidearm and it explains that He's taking a stand against the Maker and his council, and the council laughs. Apparently, this happens every year, and DaCosta, not Sunspot's father, who is in fact basically has Sunspot tethered to him and is constantly having his son's blood transfused into his own. But apparently, DaCosta sometimes even hosts watch parties from this. And Fury is, and the council, we see the Falcon suit being studied by some scientists in the background. But the council basically activates under Nick Fury. We have a backup story, however. Apparently, when Colossus, Magic, and Omega Red became members of the Maker's Council, the idea was that Russia would Eurasia would basically be a safe haven for mutants, but it was designed largely just to control them, to keep them under control. So Directive X was formed, and Unbreakable Metal was bonded to the skeleton of a man, and who'd already survived quite a few things. But eventually, that man, who was originally known simply as Logan, became the Maker's Winter Soldier. And that is where the issue ends. And next year, Ultimate Wolverine will be a title being added to the Ultimate Universe. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Ultimate Spider-Man number 12. It's December. And in fact, it's near Christmas. It's time for the Parker's Christmas party. Ben and Jonah show up. Ben wearing a festive Christmas sweater, and, well, Jonah looking quite clearly as unfestive as possible, wearing a Santa hat. But MJ's mother, as well as her aunt, and her sister have even showed up. Her sister, in fact, never shows up for Christmas. But apparently, MJ's mom maybe has a thing for Uncle Ben, and wonders if he's seeing anyone yet. Because, you got to get back. Eventually, you got to just get back on the horse. But MJ is baking Christmas cookies. Peter's just around. Gwen is calling MJ for some reason, though. And we find out that MJ's sister's getting a divorce. Apparently her husband was cheating on her, It had been going on for years, and people knew, and she's trying to. So she figures she'll try and mend fences. She the bad blood between MJ and her sister stems from Gail stating that MJ should MJ shouldn't marry Peter, and she could because she could do so much better, and also that she shouldn't have kids at this point because it's going to make everything permanent. Ben did a little talking with both MJ's mom and aunt. Jonah talks with Peter's son Richard, talking about the book that the copy of Jonah's book that was gifted to Richard a few issues ago. But MJ and Gail mend fences. And it turns out that in both Jonah and Ben talk about potentially looking at getting involved with the Watson women. And everything seems to be going swimmingly. But Gwen's been calling constantly. And she wants to talk to Peter and MJ. Apparently, Harry didn't show up at their house with holidays. It was 6 days ago. But she hadn't heard anything from him since. MJ asked Peter, but a black inky substance stems from him, and he says that he wishes MJ a Merry Christmas. And we discover that Peter and Harry are both being held prisoner by Kraven. And that is where the issue ends. I think we just met the Ultimate Chameleon. But quite the Christmas issue. Good issue though. I mean, the book's been consistently good for 12 issues. It's not a hard thing to do, but it's been consistently good for a year. Moving on though to our last moment, we've got Ultimate X-Men number 10. So where we left off, the Children of the Atom were starting to become known to people of the populace of Japan, and mutants were starting to receive the usual bigotry. We see a young mutant with sonic power, an infant mutant with sonic powers, manifest their powers. Some of the members of the Children of the Atom, after receiving a sermon from the Meister, are confronted by the press, but a smoke bomb goes off, and then and a fight ensues, but it's hard to tell what really happens. Armor gets accused of having hurt some boys from a school, though Shadow King seems to be influencing events there. And deciding that trying to decide what to do with his affiliation to the Children of the Atom. Natsu has been staying in her room. Her mom's trying to get her to come out, but she blasts a hole in the door with her optic blast. To basically get her on to go away and or to leave her alone. And then Natsu blasts another hole in the door. And through her mother's eye. Natsu's blasting more holes in her, and well, Meister gets a talking to from Viper and tries to do drinks some a blood sample to try and figure things out. Some mutants are interviewed on television, basically saying, you know, that talking about some of the Meister's views, as well as, you know, we deserve to exist, you know, and, you know, we have a right to defend ourselves, you know. You know, basically, we're people. We have, you know, we're not saying we're superior, but we're just, you know, people. But the Meister gives a sermon, which Viper seems to approve of. And Maystorm goes to Nico's house, or Nico's home. Mori's there as well. But Mori's worried about Natsu because she can't. She waited outside Natsu's home for an hour. Natsu didn't show. And Nico says that they're already involved. So Nico's going to try and find Natsu. But basically, they're going to take matters in their own hands. At the abandoned office of the Children of the Atom, a shadowy figure arrives and sees boxes of masks and puts one on. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. The next issue is teased as heralding the debut of the Masked Mutants. So, but anyway, I'm starting to get into Ultimate X-Men. I'm actually starting. It's starting to feel like X-Men. That's kind of the main thing. The main problem I've been having is that it didn't feel like X-Men. It felt like I'm already high without the ridiculousness. But yeah, it's now starting to feel like X-Men. I mean, yeah, with a focus on more on high school related things, but yes, it's starting to feel more like an X-Men book. But anyways, that's gonna do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.